Good morning students, welcome of part 2 of resource. In this video, we will discuss the conservation of resource segment, right? But before getting into that section, we have to recapitulate some of our previous knowledges, right? So, in our previous video, we had little talk about what is basically resource is, the main types of resource like natural resource, human resource and human made resource. Natural resource types depending upon their stage of developments, right? Depending upon their stage of developments, and also it can be divided by two types like potential resource and actual resource, right? On the base of origin, it's up to living things, okay? Abiotic resource and biotic resource. And on the basis of the exhaustibility, it can be renewable resource and non-renewable resource. In our previous session, we had enough idea about what is the renewable resource. But before getting into this, again, there is a recapitulation segments. So, natural resource, we got three types based upon the stage of development, actual potential, based upon origin, biotic, abiotic, based upon exhaustibility, renewable, non-renewable, and non-renewable have also two segments, ubiquitous resource and localized resource, right? Human resource have only humans, and human made resource have building, dams and railway, etc. Okay, now for this video, the main part, non-renewable resource. What is the non-renewable resource? Now, non-renewable resource are present in limited quantity. If they are exhausted, it would be take hundred of years to be renewed or replenished again. Some examples of non-renewable resources are coal, petroleum, natural gas, etc. On the basis of their distribution, resource can be divided on two segments here. Ubiquitous resource that are found everywhere called ubiquitous resources like air, sun, water, right? And whereas resources that are found in specific places called localized resource. For example, some minerals, some ores, right? Because they are accumulated in a certain places. Now next is main one topic, human resource. What is human resource? A person who is doing something useful for society is called human resource. A human effectively utilize, just look at the students, effectively utilize a resource when he or she has skill, knowledge and education. These three factors invent technology to explore and discover the resources given by the nature. Human beings themselves are a precious resource because humans have the ability to perform better in whatever way he or she find, right? The level of quantity or skill or quality person has make him or her more important resource. Improvement in skills of human for development, better resource called human resource development. If we simplify that, the whole explanation, suppose you are a student and how can you better perform? If you practice in a particular, in a subject or in a proper subject pattern that you maybe like, right? You perform better and your skill day by day developed. Okay, so in that segment we call you as a resource. Why? Because you have ability to utilize the proper resources and kind of produce new way to invent many other resources, right? Now, Next, the development of any country depends upon basically the humans. If we are not educated, if we are not able, we are not skillful properly ourselves, then how become we resource, right? Because in our previous video we all know that resource everywhere we found which have culturally acceptable things, economically, development and technologically, it's kind of a unique, right? So we have the brain to use or to enhance our knowledge in a particular manner, right? If we talk about human-made resource created by human beings are called human-made resource. Naturally obtained resource might not be suitable for use in the form they are found in, so they are changed into usable form by involving human expertise. For example, the coal obtained from earth cannot be used directly and has to go through several processes become usable. People make many things for their comfort, such as building dams, railway, etc. by utilize the natural resource. Just see students, what is basically human made resource? We made it for our own necessity, right? So basically we already knew that when a coal or iron in a condition of a ore position, right? So in the earth inner layers, it cannot be used directly. It has to go some several changes, okay? Or we have to kind of invent something better to kind of processing, kind of create many processing to become it's usable, right? People make many things for their comfort, such as building railway tracks and many other transportation systems, making markets, dams, okay, construction area, utilizing the natural resources. That is called human resource, human made resource. If we talk about the conservation of resource, what is conservation of resource? Because we all know that in our whole earth surface the resources are enough for us, but if we don't have the proper knowledge how to use it in a proper way, so it becomes depleted day by day. So we have to use it in a proper way. That's why we need conservation, because we already knew that some resources are renewable, okay, it's replenishable by the nature, but some are non-renewable, so we have to make some conservations, right? So here the earth's surface is not even, therefore the distribution of resources is not same everywhere. Their distribution depends upon physical factors such as soil, relief rock structure, climate, etc. With increase in population and urbanization, stocks of resource being exhausted in many places, right? So they should be utilized with planning while keeping their renewal period in mind. So basically we notice when an area goes through some several changes, means in a previous years and years ago it's kind of a rural area, but when it goes through some urbanization procedure the population increases rapidly. So whenever population increases rapidly, renewable resource as well as non-renewable resource consumption also rose rapidly. So in that time we need some planning to use the basically non-renewable resource in a proper way, right? So they should be utilized with a planning while keeping their renewal period in mind. Non-renewable resources are depleting at a faster pace and might be exhausted completely in a near future, right? And renewable resources are also being severely affected by pollution, are in critical state at some places. If we talk about renewable resource, like we all know that air is a renewable resource. If we talk about air or wind, We know that it's renewable resource, right? Renewable resource, it replenish again. But if you go any kind of metropolitan city, you can see there the pollution amount, air pollution amount, which kind of depleted the renewable resource also. Why? Because the overpopulation, over-urbanization kind of creating troublesome problem there, right? So that's why it's severely affected and creating critical position in there, right? Basically in a winter time there is a problem around in the Delhi area, basically where people have problem to inhale oxygen because of the air pollution, right? Now next, we need to take some measures in order to conserve resource. Like if we talk about proper conservation things, then we have to just talk about carpooling things, and use of public transportation is a step towards conservation of resource. Also strict guidelines have to set for the industries which can cause a lot of air, water, soil pollution, and stringent actions should be taken against anyone who does not follow the guideline. And people should not think that they can exploit the resource in the name of development, right? So we need to take some actions against the exploitations of the non-renewable as well as renewable resource in the name of development. We have to start the carpooling things, we have to do afforestation, okay? So carpooling is the first term, then second is we need to do afforestation. As many as possible we have to grow plant for ourselves. Afforestation, right? We make some silencer for the noise pollutions, as well as we have to use some purifiers in an industrial area segments area, right, to purify the water. Okay, clear? Now if we move on to the next part, which is sustainable development concept. Basically students, it's totally developed, or it's totally talks about the future generation, okay? Future generation. Gen is a short form, okay? So what is basically sustainable development? In Earth Summit, Rio de Janeiro, 1992, okay? Basically, few heads of states in Brazil, they are talking about some global things around happen in the all over the hemisphere. So they just talk about sustainable development thing, like how we use our resource properly without harming nature, and also we have to follow some guidelines and we have to manage our greenness, right? So here development means increase the use of modern technology to enhance the living standard of the people. Sustainable development means balancing the need to use resource and also conserve them for future generation. Yes, development should take place, but without harming nature, and also remind of the future generations. Because if we use randomly, or if we use or exploit as per our greediness the non-renewable resource, then for our future generation, nothing for them. They don't have any kinds of fuels and rest of other stuffs, right? So we have to follow the rule here. And Brundtland Commissions, basically it's focusing on the Brundtland Commission. Brundtland Commission in a written way, okay? In a Earth Summit, basically 100 of heads in a Rio de Janeiro, they just talk about that types of things, but in a Brundtland Commissions, it's kind of creating a huge way and basically in a written manner, like we have to follow the rule. In the Brundtland Commission's written manner, they create and the government should implement the agenda, then we have to follow this guideline, right? Now, what is the sustainable development basic concepts? So here, if we visualize a good life on earth, then the judicious use of resource have to be kept in mind. We should not be selfish and exploit every natural resource while leaving our future generation in a state of turmoil, right? We have to think about them. Many resources have been depleted such as an extent that it would take million years to renew them. Deforestation and mining are two prominent causes of depletion of resource. So in order to balance the urges or uses of resource, we need to take some effective measures. For example, we need to adopt practice of afforestation, time to view situation more seriously, amend our way and before it's too late, right? Because if we not follow the sustainable development concept, then our earth in a turmoil condition, our future generation would be in a turmoil conditions. Then we have to follow the afforestation things, right? Means grow the plant. For this case, we have to balance our nature, our inhabitants. Clear? So that's all for today. So let's just rewind few things what we had in this chapter. The main concept of resource, and resource basically divide into three categories: natural resource, human resource and human made resource, right? And natural resource basically depend upon the stages of development. So it would be actual resource as per quality and quantity, which we know that which basically known to us, right? That's quality is good. And potential resource, like we don't have the quality and quantity of area's particular resource, right? Now if we talk about the origin, so as per living being organisms or the living organisms, we say abiotic and biotic. If we talk about the exhaustibility, right, it's renewable and non-renewable resource. Now, what is renewable resource? Those resources are naturally renewed by the nature, okay, in a certain periods of time. They can be obtained mechanically, physically or chemically depending upon their sources. But if we use in a huge manner, then also renewable resource can be renewable resource in a state of depletion state, right? So we can say the solar energy and fresh water, waves, right? There are also the renewable resource. If we talk about non-renewable resource, then non-renewable resources are present in limited quantity. If they are exhausted, it would take 100 years to be renewed again. It's categorized by two names: ubiquitous, which are everywhere found, air, sun, water, and localized resource, which basically found in a specific region, like minerals, ores. Human resource, human have the ability to perform better or effectively utilize a resource when he and she skill, knowledge and education. These three factors invent technology and explore new things and kind of create or produce a new resource from old resource, right? If we talk about human-made resource, basically this resource being called human-made because resource might not be suitable for use, but we humans made it for our use through processing it, like building dams, railway, tracks, etc. Conservation of resource. If we need some proper, why we need conservation of resource? Because we all know that the resource is sufficient for our need, but not anybody's greed, right? So from Mahatma Gandhi's that motto, we have to follow some measures like carpooling things, like afforestation things, like put some industrial area, air purifier, right? And if we talk about sustainable development, in a written way, Brundtland Commission give it to the world, and basically it discussed in Rio de Janeiro in Earth Summit 1992. So development means increase. Development should take place but without harming nature and also thinking about our future generation, okay? So we have to plan few things. We have to kind of use resource in a proper manner. So in that name we have to recycle few things, right? Today that's all for you guys. Next session, see you soon. Okay, take care and stay safe. Thank you.